Yogis, it's 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here in Switzerland. As you can see, it's snowy but sunny and warm. Shorts and a t-shirt. Perfect weather for doing yoga. We're going to do a short and a sweet session to get you moving after the festivities and get you moving for the new year. Are you sitting comfortably? Let's sit with our legs crossed. You can sit on your mat, you can sit on an old bench in the snow, you can put your feet in the snow, and then with the legs crossed, have your feet slightly forward, have your feet wide. So you see my feet are in line with my knees. And then would you like to go forward? And as you go forward, grip into your hips, okay? Feel your knees go down, feel your other thighs go down. You can reach forward if you happen to have a bit of footprint in the snow. You can draw yourself forward, lift the chest out. Do you feel those hips? Have they moved in the last week? First stretch of the year is always one that you feel strongly. Let's cross the legs the other way. And I've got marks there in the snow, so I know exactly where my feet should go. And again, we'll go forward and forward. Get some lift in the chest. Grip into the hips, feel the knees again go down. Reach forward, you can catch the end of your mat. You can have your hands on bricks. If, as you go forward, you want to bring your forehead down, feel free to do that. And then on your next inhale, would you like to come back up? And then, shall we, uncross the legs. And let's get ready for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Is it your first dog of the year? Strong straight legs. Can we do that? Push from your hands into your hips, up into your hips, back into your thighs, down into your heels. Open the backs of your knees. Squeeze those heels down. But sit bones up at the same time. Let your head relax. Let your armpits open a little. Spread across your upper back and your shoulder blades. Pull that navel very slightly in. The pose almost does it itself, doesn't it? The slight inversion, lungs lower than abdomen, tends to drop the breath into the lungs. Oh, I'm slipping. I hope your mat is better than a slippy old bench. Now from here, can we come forward into a high chaturanga? Now draw your navel in, reach your heels back, lift your collarbones forward, and then on an exhale, shall we come down? This is the narrowest chaturanga I've done in a while. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dog. I can't feel my feet. Walking over here, they have frozen solid. Inhale, come forward. On your next exhale, let's come back down. Draw that navel in, root back into the heels, lift forward into the collarbones. Inhale, come back up. Exhale back into dog. Down dog. I'm specifying down dog because there's going to be an up dog. On your next inhale, come forward. I'm keeping my toes curled under. Come down into chaturanga, and then inhale into upward facing dog. Lift and open the chest. Roll back the shoulders. Can you feel your shoulder blades? Pull them down. Pull them down and in. And then from here, can we come back to chaturanga? And then back to dog, down dog, down dog. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? It's good to move. Good to get sun on the backs of your legs on the 1st of January. Inhale, come forward. Draw the navel in. Exhale, bend your elbows. Down into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. If you want, you can go toes back. My toes don't want to do what I want them to do because they're so cold, just from walking in the snow barefoot. And then down dog. Curl the toes under. Reach back, stretch back. Squeeze the heels down. And we do one more. Come forward. Bend the elbows, suck the tummy in. Root back into the heels. And up dog. Lift and open the chest. Pull the shoulder blades down. Draw the navel slightly in so you don't hang out in your back. And then back to down dog. And now, shall we walk our hands toward our feet? On an inhalation, come up to stand. You gotta do a Trikonasana on New Year's Day. I'm going to step my legs wide. You might want to jump your legs wide. I'd usually go wider than this, but I seem to be limited. Let's take out the arms. Turn your left foot slightly in, right foot and leg the whole way out. Inhaling, lift and open the chest. Exhale, let's reach out over the right leg. Take the hand down. Now, bring it onto the leg. Bring it onto the floor behind the leg. That works especially if you're a little longer. Lean back with your left side. Left shoulder, left ribs, left hip, left thigh even. Right leg strong and straight. On your next inhale, come up. Lovely. Turn the feet the other way. Inhale and exhale, reach out over that left leg and then take the hand down onto the leg. Or again, you can take it behind the leg if you're a bit longer and got more stretch. With that in mind, stretch them out between your feet. Lean back with your right side. Root back into your right heel. Draw the navel slightly in. Take the left groin forward. Inhale, come up. Ooh, Ardha Chandrasana. Are we good? Left toe slightly in, right foot and leg the whole way out. I'm totally tempting fate here. The snow is it's about this deep, and you tend to go right down into it. So if you see me disappear, you know what's happened. Take out the arms. Turn the right toes out, yeah? We're going back through Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, let's reach out. Hand down. I'm going to bring the left hand down onto the left hip. Bend in the right leg. Lift the left leg. Lift and lift it. You can bring your hand forward onto a brick, of course, onto the snow. I don't want to push into it. It's a good excuse to get the standing leg as the support. So, whoops, I'm not leaning too much into that hand. Holy jeez. There we go. We have it. Now, can we reach back up into the left arm and kick into the left foot? And I want my left toes looking at you, not down. Before it goes astray, reach back into Trikonasana. Lean back and reach up there with that arm. And then inhale, come up. Yeah, good work, I think. Turn the feet the opposite way. So we're turning the left foot out, right toe slightly in. Lift and open the chest, inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana. And then lean back with your right side. Drop your right hand down onto your right hip. Bend the left knee. Up the back leg in. Can you take the hand forward as the back leg lifts? Be on the fingertips. Or, of course, a brick. I didn't bring a brick with me. Lean back now with your right side. Roll it back. Kick into the back heel. Lift it up. Strong standing leg. Now let's reach back into Trikonasana. Stand back. Go long as you come back. Lovely. Then on an inhale, come right back up and take the two hands down. Turn the feet to face forward. Let's take a little rest. Step the feet about hip width apart, okay? Reach your arms up, fold your elbows, inhale, and then exhale. Extend. As you extend down, reach down with your elbows. Reach down with the crown of your head. Pull the elbows the opposite way. Draw up on the legs. If your back is aching, I don't mean stretching, I mean aching. Soften the legs. Otherwise, I'd recommend strong, active legs so you get the full release in the hamstrings. Now, would you like to release the hands down? And inhaling, come right back up. Great. Now, Rita Trikonasana. We're going to do a couple of juicy ones today. Step the legs wide. There's a line in the center of this bench, and it's a bit like the line I'd have down the middle of a yoga mat. It's quite convenient. Turn the right toes the whole way out and the left toes very slightly in. And then hips around, face toward the short end of your mat or bench. Reach up into your left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen out. Lift out. Lift out. Take the arm across. Bring it down onto inside the leg, on the leg, outside the leg, or of course on a brick outside the leg. And then turn the ribs, draw the navel in, turn the ribs, reach up into your right arm as you turn to your right side, over your right leg. But don't forget your left leg, push it back. Use your left arm to pull you round. Then looking down, inhale, go right up, great. And return to the other side. So turn your right toes well in, left foot and leg right out. It's a pity I can't see the view. I can see. I'm looking down into a town called Meiringen. I think it's, I don't know, about 800 meters down though. It's pretty impressive. Turn the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, extend out over your left leg with your right arm. Okay? Remember, you can use a brick. And at home, anything is a brick. A mug, a tin of beans, a good solid book like a dictionary. It can be a trashy book either. Turn your ribs, reach up into your left arm and turn your chest to your left. Now, can you keep the legs strong and straight? I hope you've more grip than I do on this bench. And then looking down, inhale, come right back up. Wonderful. Can we step our legs wider? We're going straight into Parsvakonasana. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Take out the arms. Turn the right toes the whole way out, the left toes slightly in, okay? Like we're doing a warrior two. And then exhaling, bend the knee. That'll be the right knee. Take the right hand down. Reach up with the left arm. Take the left arm over the head and turn and look up underneath the left armpit. Now the arm is inside the leg because it's the holiday season and you may be a bit stiff. So use the arm to push the knee back, but feel at the same time the right groin comes forward. Keep the left leg strong. Drive weight back into it. And then let's reach back up. Inhale. Come up. Drop the hands. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, bend and bend into your left knee. Take the hand down again inside the leg, okay? So you can push the knee back and lean back into it. Take the right arm over. Extend into the fingers of the right arm and roll back. Lean back. Sit lower. Can you sit lower? I'm not quite long enough, but I'm running out of bench. I think you can probably go a little lower. Let's reach back up and use that right arm to pull yourself back up. Turn your feet. Let's go into Parita Parsvakonasana. This is the last of our standing poses, okay? You got to go long. And then let's bend into the right knee. Reach up into the right arm, okay? Left arm, apologies. I'm going to let my back heel lift. Come down into the right knee. Take the left arm across. Take the hand down. And then reach straight up into your right arm. Stretch up into the arm. You can either keep it up like that, it's lovely, or you can take your arm over and extend back into it. Can you sit lower? You can turn and you can look at the snow melting on the trees over your right side. And then looking down. And then inhale. Come up. To face the other way. Now let's reach up into your right arm. Exhale. Bend your left knee. Let the back heel, the right heel lift. Take your left arm across. Of course, you can do prayer pose. It's great. But if you can, take the hand down. You could take your hand down onto a brick, of course. And then, whoops, reach up and over. Wouldn't you love to see me fall in the snow? Lean back. So lean back with your left side. Don't forget your back leg. Drive the weight back into it. And then looking down. And then inhale. Step 2 feet back. And you find yourself back in downward facing dog. Now, after the standing poses, you've got more openness, don't you? Do you feel more stretch in the backs of the legs, in the shoulders, in the back even? Let's drop the knees. As you drop your knees, you could take them wide. Take them out to the edges of your mat. Sit back on the heels. That creaking you may hear is not me, it's the bench. Reach the arms forward, draw the hips back. Imagine someone is sitting on your sacrum and feel your ribs go down, your chest go forward. And will your forehead go down onto the floor? You can pop a block, brick, book, cushion under it if it won't. Get your breath quieting down there for a moment. Now, we're going to do, I want to face the other way. I'll be blinded by the sun. It's absolutely stunning. We're going to do Shalavasana, then Bhujangasana, and then Ustrasana, okay? So that's locust. That's my plan there. Locust, cobra, camel. Can you lie down like this? If you can get your toes in the snow, it's an added bonus. Arms back. Now draw your navel slightly in to just stabilize there in the back. And then lift the chin, the chest, the arms, the legs. Look forward. Lift those thighs. Reach back with your fingers. Navel in all the while. But lift the chest forward. And then take the hands down. And you could put your hands under your forehead and ease down into the floor. I'm going to come up onto my elbows. But let your breath quieten. Let your shoulders soften. Let your heels drop out a little to the sides. Release even into the buttocks and the lower back. And to get a bit more lift into the chest, we're going to interlink our fingers for this second one, okay? Like so, just like that, nice and simple. And then stretch the knuckles back and lift the legs. Do you feel the extra lift that the arm position gives you? And then ease back down. And again, hands as a little pillow and soften into the floor. Breath quieten down. Are you ready for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose? For you, I'd recommend you reach your feet right back and you can push them firmly into the snow, okay? And then take your hands under your shoulders. I would usually like to go quite wide. I like to go right out to the edges of the mat. Little different today. You push in and do work the feet into the floor. Lift the chest. Do you feel a bunching in the shoulders? Take them down. Take them down. That's it. And lift the collarbones. Navel in. And then exhale back down. Lovely. Relax a moment into your mat. Let your breath quieten again. Now, one more, okay? If you want more, take your hands down a little. And then pushing in, let's lift the chest. Do you feel some shoulder rise? Switch it off. Pull them down, pull them down. As they go down, maybe you lift up a little more. Push your feet, your shins, your knees, your thighs into the floor. Tuck your tail. And then come back down. Take a little rest. Ustrasana, the camel. So how are you with this one? Some of you have a bolster. You could, of course, use a bolster if you can't get your hands onto your feet. You could curl your toes under, which brings your heels up. I'm going to go toes back. Okay? And a little sneaky mini virasana to get here down. So it's worth sitting back. My feet are about hip width apart. You can see that. And my knees are the same, guided by the bench. Pull the shins forward. Okay? And then come up like this. Now, we want to get some tuck in the tail. So you're not loading it into your back, you're taking it out of your back. So use your hands on your butt. Tuck the tail down. Lift the pubic bone. And feel you're arching back, like you're arching over a barrel. The elbows tend to kick out. I like to pull them in to get extra openness in the chest. And as you pull them in, draw the navel in. Arch back, arch back. Now, I'm keeping my chin in initially. And then would you like to try a hand back? And maybe another hand back? Lo and behold, there are your heels. And lift the chest and keep some length in the back of the neck as you feel you're taking the back of your neck back and back. And eventually your head goes back. And then tuck the chin in. Come right back up. Oh, it's good, isn't it? Come back down. Sit back onto those heels a moment. Let's just recover for a couple of breaths. Now, can we do one more? I bet you can. Come back up. Now, I mentioned a bolster. If I was at home and I was feeling creaky, which I'm not, I'd put a bolster across there and bring your hands on. But equally, you can curl your toes under. It does push the weight into the knees. Hands on the buttocks again. Draw them down. Lift the pubic bone. Arch back. That's it. You know the way. You know the way. Pull back the elbows. That's it. Drop back the hands. Let's see, can we get the thumbs on there as well? Lift the chest. Arch the head, top chest, the throat, and the head eventually goes back. Oh, it's a glorious pose, isn't it? Now, do you want to come back up? Tuck your chin in. Lead with your chest. Draw the navel in, needless to say, and then come back down. You will benefit from a little sneaky dog after that. As your back feels a little bit compressed. So push from the hands into the feet. Squeeze the heels down. Try not to slip. Go forward. Drop the knees down. Right. Good work. I wanted to play with a fun little pose, a crow pose, okay? What do you think? It's New Year's Day, first practice of the year. Some people worry about falling on their face. I'll just fall into snow. I'm set up here, haven't I? So can we do this? Spread out your hands. You see, I'm going at least shoulder width apart. I'm kneeling on my elbows, so it's nice and light. And then tilt forward, tilt, and the feet come up. And let's hold it for 20 minutes, okay? Now you got to draw your navel in to stabilize. Lift your chest a little bit, as in suck it into your body. That's it. The gaze is just down. Are you good? Bring the feet back down. Drop the knees down. If you found that very stressful, put a bolster or cushion in front of your face, because the worry is you land into your face, isn't it? Now I'm wondering if we could go further. And if you're thinking, no, I'm still working on that, well, keep working on it. But if you'd like to try going further, hunker really low. So your knees come into the backs of your armpits. Take your hands wide. Again, I'd go wider if I could. And then lean forward. I'm going rogue with my hands just to stabilize. Lean forward and lift the feet. It's a tighter pose, but you might get higher. It's particularly hard to do on a bench. So really tight pose. The knees stay up close to the armpits. But then if you can straighten your arms, it's a much higher pose, isn't it? And then come back down. Oh, wonderful. Now, can we sit? My legs are heating up. I need to cool them down a little bit. I'm thinking Kranchasana, okay? Fold one leg. Let's fold your left leg first. So we're going to stretch into the right leg, okay? Soften out that calf. You can use a belt, of course, but then catch hold of your right big toe with two fingers and thumb or belt. Lift up the chest. Stretch out the leg. Now, can we lift up the leg? Yeah, that's it. Will it go higher? I find as I lift my leg, my chest wants to drop. Can you feel that? Let's see, can we go a little higher? Bring it down. Another version of it, but I'm going to do both on the same side and then swap over. Hold on to your right foot with your left hand. Bring a bit of twist in. If this is hard work, keep the leg bent, no problem. And of course, you can sit on a raise by all means. But now reach into your right foot, holding with your left hand, and take your right leg a little over to the left, but then turn your chest to the right. You can bring the hand back into the snow. Chest lifts up. Look over that shoulder. It's a juicy pose, isn't it? Hamstring stretch, spine twist, leg folding on the other leg. Bring the leg back down. Oh, I enjoyed that. Let's go to the second side. Remembering we've two versions, don't we? So fold in your right leg now. Oh, deeply uncomfortable on the wooden bench, I gotta tell you. And then I gotta get back into the snow. It's murdering my foot. That'd be great. Now, hold on to the big toe. And of course, again, you can use a bench. Chest up on the, not a bench, a belt. Yeah, use a bench. A belt. And kick into the heel. And lift the leg up. Maybe you can pull the shoulder back and the elbow out. Keep the back of the leg open. Some nice lift in the chest. The other hand can be beside you or on your thigh. That's a little extra lift. And then bring it down and we swap sides again. Catch hold of your left foot with your right hand. Kick it out and then bring it to your right side. You turn and look out over your left shoulder. Keep some nice lift there in the chest. And then bring that leg down. Oh, nice. Would you like to try standing on your head? You haven't done this before, I'd recommend you go straight to relaxation. Okay? Let's not make it a Zoom class or a pre-recorded class as your first time standing on your head. But if you're okay with it, it's always worth taking your sunglasses off when you stand on your head. Ideally, no lumps or bumps. A wooden bench is under you. We'll take the tip top of the crown of the head onto the floor. Keep the outer wrists firmly down. Elbows not too wide. Okay? And then lift up the legs. Stretch up. You can have a wall directly behind you, needless to say. Kick up into the heels. Draw your navel in. Rip the legs in together. Push the elbows in because they tend to be a bit light. Push them in and you'll find you get good stability. Tuck the tailbone in. Grip the buttocks in a little. And then shall we come back down? Nice and light. It's always lovely to do that with straight legs. It's a little harder to do on a bench. A moment in child's pose. You can have your forehead down. It's really just to let your blood pressure normalize. Are you ready for a moment of relaxation? I think you are. Let's do it. Stretch out. Lying on your back. Throw your shoulders down. Throw your tailbone down. You can have your hands out by your sides, or they can rest on your lower abdomen. Let your feet flop out, your knees flop out, your thighs release. Feel your hips sink into the floor and your shoulders and your neck and head sink back. And then tune into your breathing. Soft and easy breathing. And into the sound of your breath. Tune into the feel of your breath. And into the shape of your breath. Are you ready to come back to life? Why don't you reach your arms up over your head? Have you space to stretch your arms straight up? So do so. And equally stretch your legs straight down. And then, would you like to roll to one side? Or, I'm not going to do that because you'd laugh at me rolling into the snow. Like a dead animal, I'll reach my legs and arms up and just roll up. Okay? Can we cross our legs? Let's take our hands together and we drop our heads. Yogis, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to go for a ski. It gets more ridiculous the more I walk.